We got a good one right here with JonBeast taking on David T. Now, spoiler alert, JonBeast wins this game. He's actually in the Madden Bowl Championship, which is being played on March 3rd in London. That'll be streamed on EA's Twitch account March 3rd. But the way he plays this game, both these guys, there's so much we can learn from this. I want to break this gameplay down. John is on offense to start this out. David T, he's just going by David right now, I guess, but I'll call him probably David T mostly. He is on defense. Now, David runs a pretty off-meta offense and defense. JonBeast's going to audible into the doubles Y off flex close, I believe is the exact name. It's very similar to gun normal Y off close. You can find this one in run and gun. You can also find it inside of the Saints playbook. And one thing you're going to see right here, this is massive. I talk about this all the time, is to block some of these overload blitzes, which this kind of counts as an overload. Usually you'll see like 3-4 odd, double mug as overload blitzes. This right here is going to be 3-3 odd, but we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people on the line of scrimmage. That's going to count as an overload. And so John's actually going to block his tight end right here, which is going to help him pick up this pressure quite a bit. We're going to send a halfback out. A block tight end is one of the best things you can do against a lot of overload blitzes, both in Madden, college football, whatever. And you actually see right here, so I've talked about this some in the past, where this year, there's probably less like actual one-play touchdowns in terms of like actual coverage beaters than probably ever before. But with the addition of switch stick, David T's user started out right here. Now he pops up here, and David T kind of accidentally hops onto him and pulls down a little bit. And what happens with that when you switch stick up and kind of pull down just a bit is that you give up easy free touchdowns. And it's kind of crazy because all in all, like if we're being super honest with each other, this route combo isn't very good. We just have streak, drag, streak. This route combo, any other year, would really be considered just not like good. But it gets open here due to a switch stick. Also, it could be very aggressive underneath coverage. It was 3rd and 3. But, I mean, this is a good defense. He does playmaker. Gonna have that master tactician ability. That's a huge ability on your QB. And that's one of the things. I mean, it's obviously, very much easier said than done. But you can't be giving people free touchdowns. David gives JonBeast a very easy touchdown after he had JonBeast to a quick 3rd and 3, which, 3rd and 3 leads to 4th down, leads to a cheat or something like that. Just like that, you're off the field for David. Instead, the free tutty. JonBeast up a quick 7-0. And now we're going to see JonBeast play defense. He's one of the best in the world when it does come to switch stick. And David T is in, I believe, I can't say it yet, but I believe he's in the Saints offensive playbook, which is going to give him this gun doubles Y off close. And it's also going to give him Y off trips nasty. Now on the right side, unless he makes more hot routes, we're going to see a quick little flat right here, little zig concept. So we're going to look for the zig in this pocket. Now this is one of those ways, or one of those route combos that's very popular out of different formations. And here it has become like, it's just different. You have different ways to call these popular route combos that you can exploit defenses with. You see right there, not going to be there. Good user from John. Nice. That. All right. So first of all, JonBeast's user starts right here. He's running an engage blitz, essentially taking his user, ramming himself into this guard, trying to get this guy to come free. But John also sees the route combo happening on the right side, so he's going to sprint over here with Tillman to take this away. Then he's going to switch stick. Watch the user right here. Boom, takes it away. Now that could have gotten hit quicker by David, but he kind of misses it. Now he's afraid to throw it. Playmaker backwards. That's going to get bagged. And actually, maybe John doesn't really switch stick. I thought he did. He does. JonBeast switch sticks onto this outside corner in the hard flat. JonBeast then switch sticks back over to the middle. We actually do have a dot to circle all the way over here. You can't even see it on my screen right now. It's just you can't make that throw. David tries to. I respect the try. But such a crazy throw leads to a quick pick. And really, like, truth be told, now mind you, JonBeast played good defense there, right? That defense, to me, deserving of an incompletion, right? Of a throwaway, of something like that. David tries forcing it, and by forcing it, he gives up a pick 6. And there's a very big argument that David at this point has given JonBeast 2 free touchdowns. That's not diminishing what John's done, but rather like easily, he didn't have to. The touchdown he gave up on defense was purely a switch stick error on David's part. The touchdown right here is him just trying to force a ball. It's not a bait or anything like that. It's just him really trying to force this ball, which he shouldn't have. And like, I get it. You just can't. I would be shocked if you could make this throw. And in Madden 25, you can make some crazy off the back foot throws, kind of on the run. I just don't think you make that one. Right here, we're gonna be in the gun tight Y off. And let's see what we have here. Once again, oh, I want to let you know real quick that we have a 30% off sale going on right now on my website, civil.gg, using code P30. This can unlock the best offensive and defensive schemes in Madden 25 and College Football 25. We have over 300 individual pieces of content up on the site right now. And by joining, you'll be joining a community of over 1,000 active members that are actually winning more games using our stuff. We did a survey the other day where we got 159 responses. 98% of those people said that they have won more games since joining. And you're not just getting content from myself, but you're getting content from some of the best players in the world literally every single week. The link to civil.gg is in the top of the description. And again, with code P30, you're gonna get a cool 30% off. If you want to start winning more games, that is the place to be. I'll see you over there. And now let's get back to the video. Yeah, David's flustered. So watch right side. Watch what David goes to route combo wise though. Goes a little out route this time. Zig inside of it. JonBeast is all over it though. JonBeast all over it with the switch stick, help take it away. Then JonBeast is now, look, this post route's running to open grass. JonBeast is running here with the user after switch sticking. And honestly, could have lurked it, but kind of pulls off. It's so hard usering, man. If you watch my gameplay videos, you kind of see me complaining about the same thing here. I think that's a terrible read from David. And I mean, there's an argument that's a bad user by JonBeast. It's just if you commit, then the ball's gonna be thrown past you. So it's tough. That walk up right there is kind of tough. David misses the out route. And it's in this situation, you're flustered early, and JonBeast is being so aggressive, switch sticking across. He's really only doing the underneath line though. If you watch, he's not really switching a ton over top, which is actually one of the big things I would recommend to anybody just getting into switch sticking, is really just try to keep your stick going left to right instead of going up or diagonal back and stuff like that, because it's much easier, one, to just, if you mess up and you're on a flat zone, it's whatever, right? You give up a 10-yard completion. There's that zig route, the flat zig combo. If you mess up on a deep blue, like David did, it's a touchdown. Now, of course, switching to deep blues does have advantages. You can bait some throws, get some nice interceptions. Just a little quick recommendation for anybody getting started. And you kind of hear me say this over and over again so far, especially when watching John. Switch stick, switch stick, switch stick. That is the name of the game. It's a huge, huge, huge difference maker right there. Gonna play good defense by John. David really seems to be hesitant to really throw any kind of ball. John did switch stick to an outside third right there, but nothing was attacking over top of it. And one of the issues with this kind of combo on the left side, or actually, never mind, he ended up hot routing it. Jeez. Just getting screamed at. JonBeast's just sitting in a cover 4. Sitting in cover 4 and switch sticking the hell out of the ball. Right? You get some mid zones, you get flat zones, you get deep out zone KOs, deep in zone KOs. Just get zone KOs on your players. Switch stick underneath, cover 4. I mean, it is a tough, tough, tough thing to beat, man. It is very, very tough to beat. And right there, gets that little seam. JonBeast actually gave up a touchdown right there. David didn't see it. A big 4th and 1 if David wants to stay alive in this one. And again, I can't believe I'm saying that not even 3 total game minutes in, but it's very, very true. The last time David ran this route combo with a little speed out right here, he had it. My only issue with it here is that JonBeast probably isn't going to go to a quarter flat out here, or a deep quarter, right? He's probably going to go cloud flat. So I'm thinking this route's going to get bagged. He might be able to hit this drag in the seam. I'm curious. Let's see what the actual play looks like after it's all set up and done. Okay. Might be able to get... Okay, he's going to block the halfback as well. Loop does get picked up. Nothing there. Loop did not get picked up. What happened here? Jeez. And actually, what happened on the left side? I'm curious. I'm curious if it worked out the way I said. Yeah. And, oh, it was actually... You know, it's crazy that this guy ended up being a hard flat coming down to take away the drag, meaning that this guy was open. David kind of misses that throw, and then we have either a disengage or a shed or something right here. Kind of happens fast. Hard flat on the right side bagged, user over the middle, and JonBeast was just making life in the middle of the field hell for David. There is a very, like, again, JonBeast deserved the first stop, but like that one was a very, like, you just bagged him on 4th. So now JonBeast with ball up 14. He does not get ball at half. He does not get ball at half. And if you're David, that is a big deal. Look, the fact of the matter is, you could get a stop. You could get lucky even. That is something where, like, people have, and I have this too, where it's like, man, I just can't get lucky. Everybody else gets lucky. I never do. Guess what? You can get lucky. And in this game, honestly, David will need some luck to get back into it, but he gets lucky, then he gets one stop, then he's able to score a little bit. We have a ball game potentially. Deep post route from John. And that's where I'm wondering, like, if David T's just kind of off, because this is one of the more predictable, like, switch stick type plays here, where usually, like, this is covered going back inside. So usually you'd switch from here, Dean, you can see he's on him, up to this high third. Because I believe, I believe there's a defender right on top of R1. Am I wrong on that? Because usually you switch right here, peel down. I believe R1 has a defender right on top of him. Yeah. So you'd usually hop on this guy, peel down, make a hit on this play, or even be able to pick it. David's a little bit late there. It's why I'm kind of thinking that he's just, whether or not he's off his game going into this game, at this point, he's like, I don't know. That was absolutely, in my opinion, a ball that we could have knocked out. At the very least, was a ball that we could knock out. JonBeast's going to go into the Y trips. This has a cool little short post right here. You see a lot of people utilizing the hot route wheels from their pick. Oh. And that's where if you're David, you'd like to see that get picked. A lot of people utilizing the hot route wheels. This, man, I just think where's this ball placement? Where's this ball placement at? Man, this guy's got to, that's tough, man. That's tough. Gotta be animates behind him. Oh man. I think that's one of the things with catch animations I'd like to see it changed. I guess I'd like to get, they have data like this, to be fair, so I'm gonna say it. I'd like to get real life data on this of how often do DBs pick the ball off while, like, almost letting the ball get to their body, right? And maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like a lot of interceptions off the top of my head are like DB attacking the ball. And the reason I say that is because that's what animations are based on. And so I'd like to see a lot more defensive catch innovations be towards the aggressive catch, which is someone attacking the ball, rather than kind of letting the ball come to you. That's what happens right there, where at the very least, you should see a collision at that catch point. Right? I don't think there's any world where he should have caught that with his tight end and gotten rack off it unless he collision, catch it, break the tackle. But just my 2 cents on it. Good defense from David. And I will say, David's starting to play a little bit better defense, both in terms of the actual defensive adjustment he's putting on the field, but now it looks like his switch stick might be going a little bit better. Because you got to think, right? He's gotten himself in a position a couple of times now to get switch stick interceptions, in my opinion. And so it's like, okay, now you just need to keep executing. And you're showing to yourself that, hey, you actually can get a stop. That you just have to, you have to actually get that a little bit of dice roll going your way. Let's go. Nice little drag. I don't love it, but we'll see it. See, backside post, not going to be there unless he throws it down. That's a tough throw. And so JonBeast's now is kind of throwing the ball around. And if you're David, you'd like to see an interception. I mean, 3 dudes right there getting close to the ball. John will kick 3. If you're David, you get ball at half, so you could, best case scenario, you're able to score 7 here, going to half down 10, get 7.5, you're down 3, and you've shown that you can get him throwing bad balls, right? That was a very tough drive. Biggest thing, honestly, is that offensively, David kind of looks like ass a little bit. Like, he's not doing great. He's not. And that's respectful. David, if you're watching, respectfully to you, you're not playing great in offense right now. Let's see. Going fast right here. Blocking the halfback. Going to roll out with RG3. A lot of 4-man combos from David. And it's tough because these blitzes that JonBeast is running, it's either a loop blitz or it's an engage blitz. And so what I mean by that is that this guy's either going to engage with the guard to let this guy come free, or one of these two are going to loop around. Typically, this can require your halfback blocking, or it's going to require you getting the ball out fast, or your tight end could block too. Right here, he's actually going to be able to pick up with 5-man protection. Right, okay. This will not be a pick, but I'm curious. This is a tough ball. Boom. Good. That's what I love to see happen. Great job, JonBeast. Super happy with that result. Good. Good. Big 4th and 10. And that's me just applauding the game. Like, yeah, that's a good That's what we like to see. All right. Going on the tight Y off. Got a little short post on the backside right here. This is a usually tight Y off would have uh this guy over here. But in certain formations, there's certain plays that have someone aligned a little bit differently. This is one of them. Corner route in the seam. Good swat. And JonBeast's goes for the swap, too. Interesting. So JonBeast's just like that. Takes a little 17-point lead with ball. I see this. And this is one of the things that you have to realize is that when you get to playing at a high level, you recognize route combos so fast. Remember earlier we talked about Tillman recognizing the user right here, Tillman for JonBeast, recognizing the zig in the seam, and he got way out there. That led to that interception, right, where David T ended up trying to throw it across his body. Well, this time, JonBeast recognizes this route combo, sees the corner route breaking, and is going into it already to undercut it. And a lot of times when people run this route combo, they're trying to hit this corner route in this seam, which is exactly what David does. And from that, JonBeast is able to get a nice swat. Something to keep in mind is that I do believe you get a bigger radius or bigger range when you go for swats as opposed to interceptions. But right there, I think you could have picked it. Nonetheless, JonBeast now with the ball, up 17. Maybe David can hold him to 3. I don't know. Right-handed Michael Vick at the helm. And nice little screamer. Okay. That's where I'm like, dude, like, David's playing good enough defense where you could see him getting a stop, right? I think everybody, you at least could see the potential of him getting a stop. So it's like offense, but now we're so far behind. We have to get a few. But it's not a defensive issue. It's offense has been struggling so much. Right there. Nice little stop and go route. So this is a stock route that's, I think it's only in gun Y trips, which he stops right here like a smoke screen, then goes upfield. It's in a few others. I just can't think of them. Might be right behind my face cam. But you kind of watch circle right here. It's a tough route to defend. Stops, then works his way upfield. Almost like very similar to the timing that a return route would have, right? If you watch a play like smash return or branch return or something like that, or motion wide post with that return route, or stick and nod, or stick and up, which is out of the gun wild trio, which I like a ton right now. Like that timing of route is really good for attacking the middle of the field in a little bit of a delayed manner. Those are really good. Gotta watch to see what are we gonna do here. If we're JonBeast's gonna flip the gun normal Y off or gun doubles Y off flex, whatever. Just too many names now. And double seams, tight end, boom. And you kind of see a good example of it right here. Try switch sticking, I think, up maybe, or something like that. Because you see a switch stick, Carlton Davis trying to run with it. Then the user just goes straight upfield. And man, it's interactions like that that make me just know. Because like this stuff that I'll complain about, right? Where it's like, man, like the user just felt so bad right there. And it's something that I'd love to see get improved. And people just have, I think the issue, and that's a good example of it right there, where like that user after the switch stick totally went away from the ball, right? Just went straight up field. And then he ended up hit sticking because he was trying to switch stick. It's just like people have such bad feel with the user nowadays. I feel like even the top players in the world. I just personally think that's telling. I personally think that's telling. Let's see what JonBeast does here. He's gonna stick in the gun. Throws it away. All right, we're gonna get to a 3rd and goal. Obviously 7 here. I mean, it doesn't make it a 4-possession game, but basically 24 points is basically 4 possessions. Especially the way David's playing offense, it's pretty unlikely he gets 3 touchdowns, all 2-point conversions. And so, I mean, in any ball game ever, you go up 4 possessions, regardless of what happens if you get ball a half or not, your win probability is very high. I will say, the way time's working out right now, a stop here, hold to 3 by David would be huge. And that looks like what he's going to do. Going to get JonBeast to a 4th and goal from the 9. JonBeast will kick the 3, and he'll go up 20-0. So with 3:25 left, milking the rest of this clock is not impossible. And so I mentioned earlier, it's not impossible to see us, like, to imagine David getting a stop. So now, let's imagine David getting a score as time expires, give or take, right? 30 seconds or less. 7-20. Gets ball at a half, scores again. 14-20. Then he finally gets that stop that I think he's been deserving of. At least one. Then he's able to get that ball back down 6, his ball, right? So that's where, if you're David, that's your thinking. Obviously, very glass half full, very optimistic, and going against what's happened so far in this game. But just something to keep in mind. And that might be game. I always talk about it. One of the biggest things you do, this is different in college football, is that as a defense, if you're going to get beat anywhere up the field consistently, and this is how uncomfortable David is because he's not throwing this when he could fit this. At least throw it with the high ball. You want to get beat scrambling up the middle because there's weird things will happen when you get beat scrambling up the middle, and it'll get people into bad animations. They can't slide down. You see right there, he gets sucked out of the slide, then he keeps running. And honestly, barely, if he loses that, the game's over right there. Because even if JonBeast kicks another 3, I think a 23-point lead's insurmountable for the most part. Very, very tough. 2nd and 1 now. Gotta go 5 wide here. Something that we haven't seen too much from him. He's picking up the pressure well. Gonna go up the seam. Good little dot right there, splitting the cover 4. Splitting the cover 4 up the seam. A little bad switch stick from John to the top right safety, looking to play the corner out a little bit. Nice little dot. 250. And good pocket from David. Gets sacked for nothing. A neutral gain. No, nothing either way. Let's go to the play dagger whip now. Dagger whip. And I just did a Stewie reference. Oh wow. I just did a Stewie Griffin reference. If you know that, please leave a comment. Just tell me that you appreciated that reference. Because I just did it off the dome and I'm like, wait, that's Family Guy. That's Family Guy. Good job, Kenny. Oh, what happened right here? So first, I want to point out JonBeast. Look at him throw Monte Teo over here to defend the zig, then switch up. How does this not end up in a pick? How is this not an interception? Oh, he switched again? Bro, stuff like that is why I just know people have such a terrible feel for the user and switch stick. Because I don't even know. He hit B, I guess. Or circle, I guess. It's on PlayStation. Wow. Bad read by David. Little misclick from John. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. That's crazy. Little flat zig on the left side. Gets it that time. JonBeast does not play for it. A little bit late on it. And knows the difference between JonBeast predicting the route combo correctly when he's able to just throw his user in that area and not, right? It's literally the difference between completions and really bad plays for David. Now, 2 minutes left. 2nd and 5, 9-yard line. He's going to go to that Y off nasty. He's not going to call the RPO read Y flat, which is probably what JonBeast would expect from him. And actually he is going to audible to it. And I think he has it. No, he's going to go inside zone instead. William Perry gets tackled down for a 3rd and 1. You actually don't hate that if you're David. But the thing is, David needs to slow it down just a little bit. Because the last thing you want to do is finally get that score and then let JonBeast come back and score. You have all the time in the world right here. And he does it. That clock's going to go underneath 5 seconds, play clockwise, which is great. Now we're going to see a little zig, little out route. Oh, just barely misses it. Now 4th and 1. Halfback is tired, so he's going to sub the halfback out. It was William Perry, though, who's obviously the most ideal for this situation if you were to run the ball. Passing here is so tough, right? Because not only do you need the first down of just a single yard, but you have to keep it inside the confines of you about, 10, 15 yards of distance right here that you could throw the ball with the back of the end zone being the barrier. When the gun Y off trip stack, or U off trip stack, I'm sorry. Little motion wheel, 3-man rush. Had the wheel open, gets bagged again. And this is where good play design, I wonder how much he calls this play. Because he just misses this read. And he missed a similar read where there was a hard flat from the outside corner earlier and he had a speed out. Right here, he misses that top left area again. And David, for having 0 points, has actually missed 14 points in that back left area of the field. Now JonBeast with ball, up 20. We'll see. We will see. I don't 100% know how this game ends. I will say that 3-man rush got busy right there. That 3-man rush got busy. JonBeast going to check into the single back bunch X nasty, go a little halfback dive. He might be just trying to buy himself a little bit. Kind of bad run stick. Could have cut to the left. Kill some time here. And just try to get some go to get out of this kind of bad situation. Field position-wise. Wide zone weak. Okay. I'd be kind of surprised by back-to-back runs. He's going to call timeout right here. So now John's going to pass the ball, which I would be really shocked by a run on 2nd down. And we're going to see good pocket. And that's where this area of the field can be so tough. One thing you do have to notice John Beast, because he's so backed up, has to very consciously, when you're passing the ball, your eyes are not here, right? You're not looking here at the offensive line and all of this when you're passing the ball typically. Your eyes are downfield, right? And your peripherals are seeing the pass rush, right? Your peripherals are seeing all this. Your eyes are focused down here. When you get into this area, though, a safety, you can't have a safety. So now your eyes will actually, you have to literally look at this area of the field and be like, I need to get up or not, right? And so right here, you see John Beats like aggressively step up a little bit more than he would usually step up in this situation. And he actually, a normal down, he's probably back here. He probably throws triangle for a tutty or circle for a dot, depending on what the switch stick does. But has to step up, which actually gets him into pressure. And a timeout from David kind of puts John Beast in a little scary situation, right? 3rd and 14 from your own 2. Got to assume he's going to set up protection. Probably block tight end. He will block that tight end. Goes quick snap, quick flat, and he's going to get the first. And that's killer. Gets the first, gets out of bounds. Outside corner sucked in a little bit too far. And John Beast really just snapped the hell out of that ball. Wow. Got himself out of a bad situation. See where he goes to here. John, halfback on the corner route. Some I've seen people start to use a lot more as a halfback, drifting out of the backfield on a corner. It kind of looks like a streak at first, and obviously breaks out because it is a corner route. Does a good job getting open right there. Let's see, he's going to go off that Y, or gun tight Y off, little special play that has or there's a few of those plays that have the weird alignment, so it's not actually gun tight Y off. Notice the return route on the left side from 11. Nice. Very basic little trail concept, and we've seen that a ton from different formations. One thing I want you to be able to take away from this is that even if you don't run this formation or whatever formation, you can take a lot of concepts and apply them. What do you think NFL coaches do? What do you think college coaches do? When they see another team run a cool concept and they like it a lot, as a coach, you're like, man, that's cool. They just go, damn, we don't run that. We don't run that formation, brother. No, they go, well, how the hell can we do that? Because I want that. Again, it's a Southern SEC coach is who I'm thinking of right now. Either a Southern SEC coach or a Southern high school football coach is the character I'll play. But nonetheless, John Beast uses his final timeout right there. No more. 21 seconds. Got to be a little wary of a runoff here. Runoffs in this game can be very random. So even something like this post route to 87 to Travis Kelce, I believe. Oh, no. Jeez. To Sam Laporta. You got to be wary of, because if you hit this for a big gain, takes 7 seconds, that runoff could kill you. And he's actually got to get rid of it, even post route to 11, I should say now. Let's go for a bit more of a shot play. Not really there. Can't really throw anything. Got to throw it away. And that's going to back him all the way up. That throwaway could have went to the right side. Goes to the left. Right around the edge of field goal range. And really, 3 here is a massive deal. Just because to win, David T has to score 24 points. And it's just unlikely, it feels like. Goes comeback route, but I think he's going to get tackled. He drops it anyways. Didn't even matter if he would have caught it. That would have been a big runoff. Can he kick from here? Because if you can, it's almost like, man, just throw the ball away here, right? Run 5 out routes, 5 whatever. Throw the ball away, kill some time, and then you're chilling. Yeah, he throws it away. I believe he can kick. He can, yeah, 62. Yeah. No, he definitely can. Right, Tucker? Need a little bit of a brick right here. That's why that comeback route, if he caught it, would have killed him, actually. And Tucker has that by another 5 yards. Jeez. 23-0, John. David now with the ball. Down 3 possessions. So, he could do something here. Nothing right there. Gets the zig route, or gets the drag, rather, to Laporta. And he's just got to go, at some point, or not at some point, but rather, it's tough, but you got to go kind of faster. It's gun doubles flex Y off close. It might be the longest formation name in the game. But you do have to kind of go a little bit fast here. And we need 7. Literally just need 7. No way around it. Let's see what he does. Goes corner route left side. Has it. high balls. And so, like, that's a play that he hits right there that I felt like he missed earlier in the game that I pointed out. And you got to think, I really think he has missed 2 different touchdowns to the back left corner with that wheel route to the tight end and then the out route from the outside wide receiver on the drive prior to that. It's like, man, like this could be a different game if you just execute, even though he's been dominated. Like he really has been dominated. Up the seam, might try forcing, he doesn't. And jeez. And that's gonna be 30. That's 30. Yeah. Okay, I'll be 100% honest with you guys. I'm not gonna show the blowout anymore. I'm not. I like David T. I like JonBeast's. I'm not gonna show a 30-0 game because there's nothing that I think we're gonna take away from it. I do think there's a lot of stuff to take away from this point, especially the fact I think like the big thing I've said numerous times on defense is switch stick, switch stick, switch stick, and we need to apply concepts that you see in other things into what we're running. You don't have to totally change your offense, but steal those good concepts. Let's see this final play from David. Maybe he throws a hot one for us. Give me a hot one right here, David. Give me a hot one right here. Takes off. Takes off. No, doesn't. Could have taken off. Throws it away. It's 30-0, man. What's this game end up? 16-37, 44-16. Yeah. So David got 2 2-point conversions and a nice. GG's. You enjoyed the video, hit that subscribe button.